Welcome back to the Willis Podcast. How you guys doing, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, we back. Yeah, we back in here. Finna heat up a little bit more. We finna heat up another session. Yeah, we got to do it. That's how we do on this lovely podcast that I do for my lovely, great, wonderful audience, my beautiful people. I love you so much, and I thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, these lights be getting my eyes watery and stuff, so you always know I got to keep my little towelette. So yeah, check it out. Tonight's show is not that. It's everything is not your business. I thought I changed my title. Let me get this straight real quick. Everything is not your business. Let's get this straight. Let me get my priorities together here. Because everything is not your business. We're about to discuss that. Let's talk about this right here. Everything is not your business. It's just not. A lot of people like to stick their nose into all kind of shit that don't even concern them whatsoever. It's a shame. That type of behavior right there alone, man, let me tell you, it destroys families. It picks people apart. It makes you feel like you got to put people in situations where they got to choose, and don't nobody want to ever feel like that. It doesn't make any sense. See, when you don't consider others, and regardless of what that others is, it could be your mate. Hell, for you young folks, or you older people, anybody, hell, they could be a roommate. Anybody that's effective in your life that really does have a place in your life, but it's effectively how you have a relationship with that person that you have that relationship in your life with, how you communicate with them. If you even see, when you have a relationship with a person, you can understand their transformations. You can understand what they are doing and how they're leveling up or how they are leveling out. You know what I'm saying? But you always want to address people with respect, dignity, like you want dignity and respect for yourself. Like how in the hell does people want so much but require? They give so little. But you want so much respect, so much dignity, so much of all of that. Like you think somebody don't see you for you? Oh, poor thing. Life don't go that way. So let me get a little music playing real quick. Let me turn the chat on too. Yeah, let me turn the chat on. All right. Let me get the YouTube chat showing real quick. We'll get the chat showing. That's fine. We'll get that going. What's happening, my people? Yeah, we still here. We in the game. Well, we doing it. We about to do it. We doing this great show. So I want everybody to understand how to connect with me. I want you to know that we on Facebook, we on Instagram, we on YouTube, we on TikTok too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a TikTok after this, just to let y'all know what it is and what's going down. That's how we do. But anyway, let's get to the topics of the show. But I have to give you a good. I gotta let you know where I'm going. So think about this, right? Everything ain't your business. It's not. Everything just ain't your business. Mind your own life. That's a lot of people's problems. It's a lot of people's problems. They do not, and they are not interested in minding their own life. They're so interested in minding other people's lives that they damn near lose sight of what they're here to do for, or what they're here to do, period, with their own selves. Seriously. Just to let you know you're here to grow. But anyway, let's keep going. All right. Concern yourself with what's going on with you. You could have specific ailments, stressors. Monitor and watch how you deal and behave with other people. Causes stressors when you stress people out. You did. Check this out too. All right. Stay in your lane. See, even in families, people concern themselves with uh, other people's problems, other family members' problems, things that have nothing to do with situations that are outside of your control or outside of your who you are. It has nothing to do with you. But that's why it's extremely important not to snoop your nose into things. It's better for things to develop organically so that those people and those in that relationship, that particular relationship, they can sort things out organically. So therefore, with even if someone shares something with you, it's not your job to go back and throw fuel on the fire, gaslight, add more fuel to the fire, stoke it even, and laugh about it even. Oh, let's see how far I can take this shit without even being noticed. I'm doing it. That's wicked, man. That's evil. And it divides and it cuts deep. Separated, not talking to each other for years, having vendettas, being disassociated, unassociable. So you got to think about the type of lies that you tell people and the lies that you tell about people and how they add up and how long things have been going on. You see what I'm saying? Like that's a very problem because when people throw rocks and they hide their hand, they even hide the people that's around them eyes. I don't want you to see my badass fucked up terrible behavior. So I gotta hide what the hell I do, but everybody see you. You're not that smart to keep hiding the shit you do. No, people just kind of be like, oh, whatever. That's just who they are. No, it's not who they are. If you don't check that person is a bully. They love shit to go their way. They don't like apologizing. They're narcissistic. Yeah, that's kind of who they are. They're just a narcissist. Cause all kind of damage, harm, and cruelty. But as soon as you prick their finger, ow! Ah! Ah! You weren't supposed to do that to me. See, narcissists are very cruel people, man. They don't have a solid sense of self. They have a solid sense of me only. They don't give a shit about what nobody think about them. They don't care. They care less. But here's how to avoid people like that. And here's how to not become a narcissist. A person that always has a me capability. That's craziness. When are you going to ever practice any selflessness? That's how you grow. Learning how to deal and be appreciative for the people that are around you and people that love you. Because if you're not, those same people that you love will turn their back on your ass too. But check this out. Not everything requires your opinion, your involvement, or your emotional energy. Everything doesn't require that shit. You know, peace becomes when you stop inserting yourself into things that don't belong to you. That's not your fight. See, if you understand how life really does take a turn when you start realizing that you're not the only one living. Ha! Get that? Narcissistic motherfucker. Think about this. Think about these few things. Let's think about this. Check it out. Why do people feel like everything is their business? Ask yourself that question. Why do people feel like that? Do they have this like innate way of thinking that somewhere I fit in the world where I can save it and make it better? Okay. Why do people speak on lives they're not living, situations they don't understand, and problems they didn't create? But they want to speak on it like they know every damn thing about it. Shit. You got to listen to people sometimes. That's why when you have two ears and one mouth, it's very important to listen. I didn't say listen to everything, but you have to listen with a skill set. You have to know what to hear and what to throw the fuck out. So check this out. Today we're talking about something real. Everybody's not your business, man. Like if you're sooner you understand that, the more peaceful you'll have within yourself because you can really not worry about anybody else but you. And if you think about how to better yourself, that also betters everything around you. Think about how good you could have been or how good you could be if you wasn't so concerned with somebody else. It's a thought, right? But check this out too. Does everybody have an opinion? Yes. Yeah. Everybody has an opinion. Of course they do. Everybody has an opinion. Social media people feel like uh they're commentators on life. You know what I'm saying? And people speak without knowledge, experiencing, or accountability. They just speak about it. Don't give a shit how it affects the other person that you're talking about. Most of the time in this day and age, people don't give two shits about what somebody, they just want the news out and they want to be the first to tell it. That's it. Nothing of value. Just did you hear what happened to old girl? Now this is a real story. I heard this shit on the lead attorney. It was a couple crazy ass stories I heard on the lead attorney today. I was listening to. I get my YouTube time, man. I listen to when I want my junk good shit. I listen to O'Shea. When I want to listen to some very good comedy that's damn near free. Well, it's not free if you got YouTube Premium. Y'all need to check out YouTube Premium for real though. But if it ain't free, you want some good comedy, just good laughs. Listening to Tariq, he's funny. He's funny. You may not agree with everything, but he has some very valid points. You may not like his position, but he has very valid points. And sometimes you people really need to stop taking some people so damn seriously and everything. If somebody's got a joke about some shit, it's not your damn. Can't you just take a joke? Why do you have to be so goddamn sensitive? You in America, you know what we do in America? Talk shit, and a lot of it. We joan, we when we signify, you know what I'm saying? We clown each other. You know what I'm saying? We joan on each other. You know what I'm saying? We do all kind of shit, man. We talk shit. That's what we do. Hey man, the words we be like, hey man, that shit ain't did nothing to you. You'll be all right. We can talk shit with the best of them, and can't nobody. But some people, they can't seem to just get over that little old shit. Like why are you so damn mad about a joke? Damn, they be killing. Some people be trying to. Man, I swear to God, some people are so sensitive, but they want to be the one with the whip. You stay in your place. You shut up. I mean, just the comebacks be on some straight bullshit. It'd be hilarious, but people they trying to get their get back in, whatever. But anyway, let's keep moving on because this show is about being a better you. You know what I'm saying? I try not to get into the. I can go there, but I choose not to. I like being upbeat. I like bringing people together. You know what I'm saying? And but it's some things that happen. Let's get back to what I saw on the lead attorney. First of all, I saw this squatter. Lord have mercy, this squatter lady. You can tell she was a foreigner. I'm an American citizen. I'm talking about she was the nastiest creature you could ever see on screen, on a video. Spitting, unreasonable. I'm talking about extremely unreasonable. First of all, she has a completely misunderstanding for the law when it comes to eminent domain, when it comes to claiming a property. She tries to, I forgot the actual terminology. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just reporting, that this lady was squatting. Literally, the owner of the property was there telling her, yeah, she's squatting. So they actually got into the house and everything. You can tell she was just a pure, squatter. So she had her two little dogs acting like she just, I mean, this whole her mindset, you can just see the mindset of this lady. In her mind, this was her house. She had filed the paperwork. You couldn't tell her no different. She didn't give a shit what nobody had to say, not even the police officer, not even the actual owner. They tried to be reasonable. The man knew the law. He had a whole booklet of paperwork. And I mean, they really hurt. I've never seen police officers handle a black person with this much care, and she was extremely vile. She was far more vile than any American citizen that I have ever seen on camera. I mean, with no weapon, of course. She had no weapons and anything like that. It was just a, when you had, you had. She just couldn't believe she was had, and she just wasn't having that shit. I mean, they put this lady in restraint. She got out of the handcuffs a couple of times. This shit was completely insane. She was showing the paper through the window, like, no, I ain't opening up the door no more. Y'all got to come in and get me. You're not going to come in and get me. I got my paperwork. You can see I got my goddamn paperwork. So you ain't coming in to get, you ain't doing nothing. Then she started cussing and being extremely vile and foul and nasty with the officers. Like, you could tell she's not American. You can tell she was not a black American. She was not FBA. She was not American Indian. The accent and the undertones were there. Her body shape, her face, the way everything looked on her. You could just see her. You could like, nah, that lady ain't American at all. I'm an American citizen. Nobody says that. That's a black American at all. We don't say that shit. But oh man, it was hard to watch. It was extremely hard to watch. It was hard to watch, but it was good to see him get her ass. Like she was so. Oh man, I don't do the whole show and video type of things. I would just tell y'all go to Leave Turn and watch it. It's probably everywhere. It's everywhere now. But it happened. It happened in Florida, of course. Of course, it had to be Florida, my home state, which is why I don't live there. Florida's not the same place that I grew up in the 80s and 90s, 80s and early 90s. It's not the same place. And the remote parts that I grew up in, yeah, it's quite similar. I mean, they don't even upgrade those areas, but they do. But it takes like 30 years to do it and shit. Like it's crazy. It's wild. Like in some places I go in Pensacola, it's unrecognizable. Some places I go in Columbus, which I haven't been there in about, oh shit, I got to go to Columbus, Georgia. I have to make a trip to Columbus, Georgia. That's one of my homelands too. I got to see some people. I gotta see some people that I deeply, deeply care about and truly love in that place. So I'm gonna make a trip down there. Yeah, pretty soon. I got to do that. One of these. It'll be this year at some point. But anyway, check it out. Let's get to some more intricate thoughts. All right. Just because you can speak, don't mean you should. Just because you can say some shit, don't mean that shit should come out your mouth. That's just for you. It isn't for everybody else. Because what about when it comes out your mouth and it's unnecessary to have been said and you don't want to be accountable? Yeah, you can say it, but you got to be accountable for what come with it and who hears it. So some people be like, I don't give a fuck who here, trying to be tough and crazy and shit. And then when the wrong person hears it, I'm sorry, I ain't mean to say that like that. Yes, the hell you did mean it. Because you was in your ego, you was in your little punk ass jealousy and your your little nasty little ways, but you got to kind of come up out of that, man. That's not a way to deal with people that you care about. But a lot of people are so loose with their ways and actions that they'll do the shit anyway, and then will frame it as if it was done to them first. Is the reason why they retaliated that way when they were the actual culprit. They started the shit in the first place. Jeez. Drama often comes with people stepping into situations that don't involve them. That's what a drama. What do you think drama is? Yeah. You create stress for yourself by literally over involvement. You have to sometimes you got the situation and you have the wherewithal to say, I think I got a little hair in my eye. That's why, be trying to keep my edge up in my, keep my beard and shit nice. But check it out, man. Sometimes people overstress themselves by not really asking themselves, why am I involved in this shit? Did I evaluate this properly before I, even interceded? You should think about that shit. And before you intercede in something, ask yourself, should I even be involved in this shit? Is this beyond me? Is this beyond my point of entry? Yeah, I'm gonna exit. I'm getting the fuck up out of here. I'm gone. I'm done. Y'all got to solve this. And if you need help, call somebody that wants to be involved, because I don't. I'm kind of done. But a lot of people don't take that approach. They're like, "Ooh, I want to know more. How can I help? What can I do?" don't even know the whole story, just got one side, not even helping, just provoking, stoking, giving wrong, false information, not even trying to de-escalate and help the situation or even add value, truth. Just add some value, add truth to the equation. That can help out a lot. But no, you want to see how big the fire gonna get with your crazy ass. But anyway, let's see. All of these situations have to do with a lack of self-focus. People avoid their own issues by focusing on other people's shit. You know, some people got so many issues they can solve so many other people's problems, but their shit be a mess. Happens all the time. Some people's shit is real wild because it happens over and over again, and they feel like they're at the height of their life, and they shit be in shambles. Let's get to the next one. It's easier to critique than to correct yourself. It's easy to critique other people. Let other people know how they fucked up and how they terrible, how they need help. But you don't give a shit about looking in the mirror. You don't give a shit. You're always analyzing your life before they fix their own. They analyze other people. Like, let me analyze your life and tell you where you fucking up at. Let me see how. But your shit is awful. You haven't looked in the mirror lately. When have you became your friend lately? Are you even agreeing with yourself? Are you even agreeing with yourself? How much do you even care for yourself? Why are you all in somebody else's shit? Where's your love affair with you? Anyway, everything's just not your business. Subscribe to the Willis Podcast on YouTube. Check me out on TikTok. Check me out on Instagram. Check me out on Facebook. You know, I'm still going to do the podcast. I'm still going to do the other podcast. The Process Podcast with Danny D. It's still coming. See, I had a whip moment a few nights ago, probably a week ago. I don't know. I do a lot of shows. Here we go. We was talking about how silence is a real strength. You don't have to respond to everything. You don't have to react to every damn thing. Some things you can just evaluate and move on. That's what confidence is. Everything doesn't come with a damn snappy ass response. It comes with an acceptance. Some things you might want to sit with before you run your damn mouth. But you always gotta talk. Talking don't equate to nothing but your foolishness, being repetitive over and over. You should sit and listen because you have time to actually work your fucking situation out for yourself, besides making it critical and hard and trying to be some Pandora's box for somebody like you that damn deep and you not. But anyway. Everybody's thought doesn't deserve a voice. Some things, again, it goes back to your inner voice of understanding. Would you want somebody to say that shit to you? Would you want to be treated that way? You don't understand how being so offensive to people, you don't know what day you catch a person on before you do that. That shit could cost you. But anyway. Oh, let's get back. Let me tell you some real life examples that really do fuck people up badly. It really does. I'm gonna tell you what happens when family members gossip about each other. That's a real problem. People comment on relationships they're not even in. Another real problem. Online debates where nobody is actually involved. That's what I talk about is shit that's applicable to everybody in every family. So I'm not being messy. Workplace drama from people who aren't affected. See, if those are all of the damn things you got going on in life, Everybody's not entertained by your work there. You have to welcome them into that. They have to want to be involved in that specific uh your drama. It's like you got trash cans, right? Everybody a dressed up a dressed up garbage can. So they like to throw their shit in everybody else's garbage can, right? Like, nope, my shit, you a garbage can. It's like a person that gives themselves up sexually to everybody, and you become a sexual dump, you know. And some people like being in that under position until you get old enough to understand how, being used up is a real thing. Literally, being bottomed out is a real thing, male or female. Sex is actually sacred, but like I say, everything is not your business. So people can do how they want to do. But it's very important to be educated on the shit that you do. Some people drink and they lose sight of moderation. Some people smoke or partake in other things and they lose sight of focus because they cannot handle that shit. And if you can't handle some things, there's a lot of shit you should leave the fuck alone. If it affects your job, if you can't do your job, if you can't be the person that you are, you can't be effective. If you can't do your chores, if you can't pay your bills, if you can't keep your life running effectively, if you can't invest, if you cannot deal, and if you can't be in a position or you can't be a person that is being able to deal with, tough to deal with, then you got to reevaluate things. You have to constantly reevaluate things anyway, but don't ever put yourself in a position where you cannot get out. Don't ever put yourself in a position where you and your family don't have a way, a meal, or pivot forward. You got to rely on people that can rely on you, and vice versa. But you have to have solid people around you, because if you don't have the solid people around you, then guess what? Your ass is out by yourself. Your whole ass out by yourself. Then that shit is on you. And what can you do about that situation then? How can you ever recover without people that love you and want to be around you? But, what kind of person were you? What kind of mate were you? What kind of child were you? What kind of brother were you? What kind of sister were you? What kind of friend were you? What kind of companion were you? Who were you as a person? Well, how much backbiting have you done? How much robbing of people of time and energy and effort have you taken? It's a lot of people that are good and still are good and still will be good, but they have been fucked over by somebody bad. It taught them lessons. Some people are calloused, some people are more aware, some people are still optimistic. But nevertheless, somebody gave them something they didn't deserve. And that's sad and that's cruel, because we're all beings. And that same person don't like when that shit happens to them. And that's sad, cruel, but it's true. So you have to watch yourself, guard yourself, and protect yourself from those types of people, because they do exist. And they're always lurking. But check this out. Everything's not your business. Everything's not your concern. Sometimes the best thing you can do is stay in your lane, work on yourself, and let people live their lives. Because when you master your life, you won't have time to manage someone else's or even fabricate the thought of managing somebody else's life. You're totally trying to get content living yours. Some people learn that too late in life. Some people should focus on learning that a little earlier. But that's the show tonight. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. But I also want to give you a few more tidbits. Just some things to help you lock in better with knowing that everything ain't your business. Everything ain't your business. Stop asserting yourself. Mind your business. Or stay miserable. Why people can't stay out of other people's lives? It's because they need to focus on them damn self. It's quite that damn simple. The truth is, you talk about other people because you avoid yourself. That's it. You talk about other people so much because you avoid the work that you have to do for yourself. That's the show. I appreciate you for tuning in. I love you guys and I appreciate you people, but I'm just letting you know, man, we have to have these tougher, harder conversations because that's when things get actually better. You got to study it all, look at it all, internalize it so you can build a better person out. So, well, this podcast, you know, it's favorite part of the show. So, you know what it is. The wheel is yours. Be cool, be easy, mind your damn business. Be easy, y'all. Peace.